I'm going to show the difference in I'm going to show the difference in this man, I can't find my I'm going to show you the difference of what we've been taught and what is real on a few occasions. Okay, so doing a BSB Bible here for the verse by verse of Exodus 20, which at the very top it says, also it's in Deuteronomy 5, verses 6 through 21. And, but looking at Exodus first, because it has interesting wording. I am the Lord your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of slavery. So he's letting you know that he's not just any God. He's the one who brought you out of slavery. The one who brought you out of slavery. Okay? Verse 3. You shall have no other gods before me. You shall... Okay, now let's stop there. That's verse 3. Okay, so let's look at those first 3 verses in the Dead Sea Scrolls. It says, the Elohim spoke all these words, saying, I am your Elohim. So it has a little bit different introduction, right? Who brought you out of the land of, and it's got the original name, Mitsraym, which I know it means Egypt, right? Out of the house of slavery. Okay? Verse 3. And you shall have no other mighty ones against my face. So he's saying, not only should you not have any other mighty ones, but that you shall not boast of them in his face. That's what he's saying. Don't put them in his face. Don't rub his nose in it if you decide to have any of these idols, okay? Then it goes on, verse 4 says, you do not make for yourself a carved image of any likeness of that which is in the Shemayim, the air, above, or which is in the earth beneath, or which is in the waters under the earth. You do not bow down to them. Okay, so we're not to bow down to anything that we find. We are not to bow down to them, to these mighty ones, to serve them, for I am your Elohim. I am jealous. Visiting the wickedness of the father on the children of the 3rd and 4th generation of those who hate me. So, if you bow down to any of these mighty ones, whether they look like us or don't look like us, then he considers it hate. Now, I have heard someone say it actually means love less. I'm sorry. That actually means love less. Sorry again. Bringing back to the BSV. Verse 4. You shall not make for yourselves an idol of any form of anything in the heavens above, or in the earth below, or in the waters beneath. You shall not bow down to them or worship them, for I am the Lord your God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers on their children to the third and fourth generation. Those who hate me, of those who hate me. But showing loving devotion to 1,000 generations of those who love me and keep my commandments. So, because I love him and I keep his commandments, because you love him and keep his commandments, you are going to put a blessing on your children to 1,000 generations just by one person breaking the mold of hating our God and actually loving our God. And so verse 6, I think, in the Dead Sea Scrolls here again. It's 6 and 7, I think. But showing kindness to thousands, to those who love me and guard my commandments. In other words, don't let them be thrown away or spoken illy of. Do not bring the name of I am your Elohim to naught, for I am does not leave the one unpunished who brings his name to naught. What? Can we
I'm
give...
seeing in 4K right now. I don't know why.
Because of what I'm preaching.
Cool.
You're seeing all 4 realms?
Yeah, and also I'm seeing that I do need to clean this.
I know, and we worked on it very hard yesterday. But you can see it's almost like the carpet's standing up in 3 or 4 different layers, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So that's your first commandment. And the next one starts out about his name, right? But his first name is idolatry, right? The first commandment. So I'm just gonna... So he says keep his word, right? And don't make any idols or bow down to anything that you see in the sky, on the earth, or under the earth, or in the waters, right? Or the waters under the earth. And it even says, don't forget that verse 3, the 4th and 5th word are, and the 6th word, are other mighty ones. So he is a mighty one. He's the almighty one, the almighty God. And then he has made beings before us that were cast down into the earth or were already in the earth that are mighty ones. And it's hard to wrap our mind around that. And there has been a veil that has protected us from them and them from us, that's only broken through short periods of time or in when there is much damage to, like, such as bloodshed, that allows such entities to interact with us. So my son just commented on the fact that he is seeing in 4D.
K.
4K. What's 4K?
Basically just seeing better than I usually see.
Yes. I saw the same. I looked at one of these orb-like things that are in the sky with a telescope, and it was a shapeshifter. It changed shape, but what I noticed is it's must be of God, because it's one of the beings described in the Bible, in Revelations. It is, it was, I assume it's still out there. I actually wave at it. A wheel within a wheel, and the many eyes. That's what I see it as. I see it. I can see the jet propulsion. It was like 3 or 4 jet propulsion. I thought it looked like 4. And then suddenly there were many, many, many of these fiery lights. And I knew that they were eyes. And especially when I saw one of the ridges of a wheel moving one way and then another one moving back the other way, but in a different angle, completely contrary to the first. And then the centerpiece. And I'm going, that is just like the fake drawings that many people have drawn, right? Maybe they're not all so fake, right? And the movies showing these beings. So, your God is looking in the lattice at you. And do not, in his face, bow down and worship any God. Not even this phone. Would you believe? Do not do it. Hey, and things are not as you think they are. Because even Ryan Nolan said that the atom is actually a wave of frequency. God bless you. Bye.